Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Wednesday, February 26, 2020. I would like to bring you an update pertaining to 15-month-old baby girl, Evelyn Mae Boswell, currently missing out of Sullivan County, Tennessee. If you need verification for the storyline, please log on to WMC5. And in this news article, you will see a brief press conference given by the sheriff. Amber Alert. Investigators searching pond in North Carolina for missing Tennessee toddler Evelyn Boswell. Sullivan County Sheriff Jeff Cassidy confirmed Wednesday that crews are actively searching in a pond in Wilkes County, North Carolina, for 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell. Cassidy gave an update Wednesday afternoon on the search for the missing Tennessee toddler that has now initiated a multi-state investigation. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says Boswell was officially reported missing February 18th, but hadn't been seen since sometime December. TBI issued an Amber Alert the next day. The toddler's mother, 18-year-old Megan, known to those as Maggie Boswell, was arrested Tuesday night and charged with false reporting. According to court documents, Maggie Boswell told Sullivan County investigators February 18th that the toddler was with her father, Ethan Perry, and she was supposed to meet him the next day to pick her up. Detectives later learned Perry is in the U.S. Army stationed at Fort Polk, Louisiana, and he did not have Evelyn. Another story was that Evelyn was with her grandmother, Angela Boswell, at a campground in Mendota, Virginia. But our sister station, WVLT, reports the owner said the campground is seasonal and the family never stayed there. The Sullivan County Sheriff's Office says throughout the investigation, Maggie Boswell gave investigators a number of conflicting statements, some of which were false. She was arrested and booked into the Sullivan County Jail on $25,000 bond. Angela Boswell, Maggie Boswell's mother and Evelyn's grandmother, was arrested over the weekend in North Carolina on theft charges involving a stolen BMW. Investigators had earlier released information about the vehicle, saying the individuals with it had information about Evelyn's whereabouts. Sullivan County investigators are working with the TBI and the FBI to try to find Evelyn. Call 1-800-TBI-FIND if you have information about Evelyn's whereabouts. The reward for Evelyn is currently at $59,850 for information leading to the child's location. WMC5 Action News has this said information. So as you see, it has been relayed by the sheriff that investigators are currently in North Carolina searching a pond for the missing child, Wilkes County, North Carolina. Why they're at that pond, I do not know. But when you watch this interview, you will realize what I've already said, that these people are tired and exhausted with this girl lying, and he made it clear when receiving comments from reporters that every time she gives a statement, it has been conflicting. Every time. And the issue with the polygraph is that only the TBI issues polygraphs to said persons, suspects. They do not administer them. And if they did, they could not give the said information because of HIPAA compliance as far as her pregnancy. He said you'd have to talk to her about that. Yeah, good luck with that. Lie number 1, the child was with the sitter. Lie number 2, the child was with Angela Boswell, the mother. Lie number 3, go to Mendota campground and find the child there. But now you see the campground owner has stated no one affiliated in this group has been staying there, and it is a seasonal compound. Are the clowns dancing now? I say they are. Just Wednesday. More information. Now we have people on the ground looking in a pond in North Carolina. Why? Who called that tip in? I wonder. What does this person know? Who gave that said information? This is baffling and it's sad. because this heifer is holding out and she's not divulging anything. And every time she speaks with the investigators, she gives a different version. And the sheriff made it clear in this interview, this press conference rather, that the only person that has been consistent with their information statement has been the sitter. He believes this said person because he said they never changed their story. That's bad, ain't it? The mother has a missing child, but yet she can't give accurate information pertaining to her child. She gives different versions and statements pertaining to her child, but yet some random person who's kept the child has been consistent with their statement. This is horrible and it's terrible. And that's the sad information. Currently, investigators are on the ground in North Carolina looking in a pond. Why they are there, I do not know. I'm sick to my stomach because I know the mother and the boyfriend were just over in that state, in that same county, driving a car that was pulled over in that said state and county. So I'm praying they did not dispose of that baby over there. And we do know he and investigators have spoken with Angela Boswell, but he will not reveal what has been said in their conversations with her. And now I wonder, has she told them craziness that we do not want to hear? But he wants you all to know, the public, that they are adamant in searching for her no matter what, and that they are still looking for Evelyn Mae Boswell as if she is alive. And they are thankful for the outpouring support, and they are like at least 67 to 68 days or 69 days behind schedule, of course, due to the fact they're just getting the information that the child has been missing. But see, my mind goes to the mother is not really admitting that she's missing, because her version is she left her over here. She left her over here. So she wasn't missing. She's only saying it now because a relative went to the state, and then the state did a welfare check, which led to the state calling the sheriff's office, which led to an Amber Alert. So she had to roll with the flow. You see what I'm saying? It's not like she willingly walked into a police station and said, hey, my baby's missing. I haven't seen my baby since December 10th, December 26th, January 1st. She's only going with the flow of somebody called her bluff and went and dropped a dime on her. Now she's scrambling around trying to come up with different versions, and she's lying, and she's coming up with different versions. She's lying because she wasn't expecting anyone to go call her in. Don't you see? It's a game. A wild and wicked game. And she's trying to hold out to the fullest. But as I told you, that queen ain't got no game. Because if she had game, she'd planned this out better than what she has done, which is nothing. And I don't know where this child is, but it's looking grim to me as an outsider looking in. Because you would think with over 500 something tips, you'd have something concrete by now. But another thing I haven't mentioned since I started talking about this case last week is I'm wondering what her phone records will reveal or have revealed. We don't know. That's one thing I have not heard. The detectives and TBI mentioned her phone records. What have you all found on this heifer's phone and Mr. Hunter Wood's phone and Angela Boswell's phones? Because you know, when people are up to no good, they do tend to get on their telephones and make phone calls to said persons. Text messages, emojis, on and on. If she's reached out to certain avenues as far as getting her baby gone. Since some of you want to drop the sex trafficking scenario, adoption, whatever, she's possibly talked to somebody. If indeed she has taken those routes, she's talked to somebody. If she's gone those routes. What does her Google search come up? Has she been doing her homework on how to get rid of a child? dispose of a child, murder a child. You have to ask all those things when you're dealing with a missing child. You can't play coy and pretend this is a baby doll we're talking about, because she is not a doll. She is a live human being, a little person. But nonetheless, she is human. And she deserves to be found. Justice, if need be, if it's foul play. And so we learned that both mother and daughter in Sullivan County Jail. I didn't think that they were, because of the court hearing that Angela had in Bristol, whatever that mess is about. I don't know what they got going on up through there. It just looked like you're talking about 3 different sets of places of this and that. But then I didn't think if they're in the same county. I forgot county jails and all that works different than city jails. But nonetheless, it's sad. Maybe they will battle it out of there. Or they'll possibly put them in different holding areas so they won't pull each other's hair out. Because I'm sure the mother is wondering, why are you lying on me? Why are you saying I had your child? My grandbaby. You know I didn't have her. You know blah, 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 this, that, and the other. Ooh, baby, that jail is on fire right now. Do you hear me? Flames coming up out the ground. Step back, because you're liable to get burned. Keeping it 100. Because you know in jail, people talk, people cry, people moan, people complain. And honey, the weakest link will tell somebody their business, will brag, will moan, holler, scream in the jail. And now you got 2 of them demons in there together. Can you imagine? You wouldn't have to be a fly on the wall in the Sullivan County Jail. You'll get the info directly. Because somebody gonna talk, cry, moan, scream, holler. Any, miny, money, mo. You know the rest. This is sad. This is terrible news. Nonetheless, because we're a weekend, no said information, no viable leads, no accurate information given by the mother of this baby, no accurate information given by the family. And I can see how the TBI, FBI, and the Sheriff's Department would be very disgusted in dealing with these people, dealing with the mother, and you can't even get the truth out of her. And anybody with sense would know, okay, it's got to be foul play, because why prolong this day after day, now a week? Don't you care about your kid? Don't you care about saving yourself if need be? Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. So now we learn the father never had the kid. She told that lie, but didn't I tell you all that? She's probably told different lies to different people, because what you tell one, you may not tell to somebody else. And when you lie, you will forget the lies you tell. You got to be a darn good liar to keep up with them webs you spinning. Quit playing. She's told one person the baby's over here. She's told this person the baby's over here. Hunter Wood thinks the baby in Louisiana. What lie she done told the sitter? What lie she told the grandfather and the other set of grandparents and whomever else path she's crossed? I don't know what to think. I don't know to think if the mother is involved. Did the mother run with the baby to North Carolina in that car? Why was she over in the next state with that BMW? Were they up to doing no good, doing things they ain't had no business? No, not pertaining to a child, but just things you shouldn't be doing that's illegal. Use your imagination. Just saying. Who knows what they were doing? Because that's the point. Are they going to tell what they were doing in North Carolina in a car that was allegedly reported stolen, but yet was driving around in that said car before the Amber Alert? See, there's too many irons in the fire, too many misleading stories and statements. Because what we thought was a stolen car, we now hear the car was in their personal dealings before the Amber Alert. So now, Hunter Wood, are you and your mama lying? Whose car really is the BMW? Does a BMW belong to Hunter Wood or your mama, Melissa? Is that your mama? Who is it? Did you loan the car to Megan Wood? Did Megan Wood then in turn loan the car to her mama? Why would you wait 3 weeks to report a car stolen? Just so happened the week that a baby gets a Amber Alert issued out on her. Your feet got the burning, your head got the spinning. So you said, we got to spin this web. Mama, go call him and tell him that car is missing. Was there actually a transaction for Megan to buy the car from Hunter Wood, Melissa Wood? You see, you ain't gonna never know. Because it's already looking like they lying too. These outside folks. Just saying. Because the grandfather's saying otherwise. That he's a witness to the car being transferred to Angela as a gift with Hunter Wood present. Now you put that on paper. And now to top it all off, with car exchanging, campgrounds being discovered, babysitter over here, mama over in another county with a boyfriend, allegedly supposed to have the kid, everybody being extradited back to Tennessee, the baby mama being arrested, the granddaddy speaking, refuting the issue of the BMW being stolen, and now they in North Carolina looking in a pond. And as I said, who gave that information? Is that information coming from Angela Boswell or William McLeod? The plot thickens. Like, share, and subscribe. Drop your comments below. And until the next video update, this is Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. Prayers for Evelyn May Boswell. Bye-bye.